can never get the fucking lighting on point. This is why I fucking hate wearing glasses. Hey guys, welcome back to my fucking channel. So before I get started with this video, let me say that it's hot as fucking here. The windows are right there. I'm sure you can tell by looking at my glasses. I always try to get the lighting. Oh, there's so many things going on. The lighting, the neighbors keep passing by. The blankets in the background, meaning I'm in Leslie and Lorena's room because Lencho, my brother's sleeping, fucking annoying. And I have a picture of Tatiana because it's the only thing that I can find myself with, which if Lorena sees this video, I met her picture, but whatever. It's like a package. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over the first episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, which so my mom's cooking in the background. I can hear her oh yes and everything going up, and then all of a sudden she hears me talking and she quiets down. So fuck, she's on to me. But okay, like I was saying, in this video I'm going to be talking about the first episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 10. It's back. You guys already know I'm a huge fan of the show. That's why I'm fucking doing this video. Which, if you don't watch the show, it's on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, go fucking watch it from start to right now, because it's so fun. You don't want to miss the show. Like, you don't want to miss the show. And I'll put a link in the description for this season's episode. I don't have cable, but you know, got my ways of watching my favorite TV shows. So yeah, in this video I'm gonna be sorry if I do this because, you know, my edges are not on fleek. I haven't laid them down and it's hot as fucking here, so my edges are not on point. But yeah, this is like a 5-minute intro. I don't know how long this is, but without further ado, let's talk about what the fuck happened on the first episode of season 10 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my god, I'm so fat. I need to fucking exercise. I'm running out of breath. Like, I'm losing my breath just talking to the fucking camera. The first episode starts off with Candy and her boo. I wrote a bunch of notes down. So it's her talking about her business, her brand, everything, because, you know, Candy's all about making coins. And she's like, I don't know if I can do it all, like my work and my being a mama. I can't be a bad mom and a bad, like, what is it? Entrepreneur. So she feels overworked. She doesn't know what to do, and her husband Todd is like, you know, just take a deep breath, like it'll be okay. And she's like, no, I got it. As much as I hate Candy, the one thing I will have to say about her is that she's hardworking. Like, she has jobs on jobs on jobs. So, you know, it's all about getting that coin, you know, because at the end of the day, get that coin, bitch. So she feels overworked. I say take a break because ain't nobody gonna see your face all the time 24/7. So take a break from something, you know. Balance. It's all about balance. The next major thing that Nini's back. So Cynthia invites Nini over for like brunch or whatever, and they're talking. They're like blah blah, like oh my god, blah, blah. It's like it's weird because they don't even like recognize the fact that she was gone from the show, because she was always like, when she left, like in season whatever the hell she left at, she was like in and out. Like, she came as a friend, she came as like this, so she never really left. Like, let's be honest here. So Cynthia's with Nini. They're just like talking about all this, what's going on in their lives. Kind of boring. So Kenya comes over. Her and Nini were never really like on best of terms. Like, they've gone into fights, they've been okay. It's like, it's always back and forth. So Kenya comes and they have like this little moment of like because she's like, oh, I'm back, and she's like, there are like 30 seconds of them just going like, yes bitch, I'm back, you're gonna sit over here with me, you're gonna like, I don't know other way, like there's no other way to describe it besides them just going like So the first thing that they talk about obviously is Kenya's marriage. Kenya got married a couple of months ago, and it was like a private thing. It was just close family, which is bullshit because she didn't invite her fucking dad. That's another thing I'm gonna talk about. So they're like, ooh, this wedding, how was it? Like, we weren't invited, bitch. So she's like, yeah, I got married, I miss Daily. Which, first of all, I'm wrong. She didn't even say his name. They're like, oh, so who's this guy? Like, where'd you meet him? And she's like, I met him at a restaurant, I think, in New York. And she's like, we just talked. He was like this, and that. So she was like impressed, I guess, by his cooking skills. So then they dated for only like a couple of months. Not even a year, I think. And then they got married, which Nini's like, bitch, Cynthia, you weren't even invited to the wedding. Why are you over here like, because she's like, I got married. And then Cynthia's like, like, she's like head over heels, like going crazy. And Nini's just like, bitch, you weren't even invited to the wedding. Why are you so like ecstatic? Which is true, but I mean, that's like her best friend, so obviously she's happy for it. Like, since they didn't say the name of the guy yet, they're calling him Baby, which, okay, hold on a sec. Let's roll back to when Big Papa was in the picture and what the fuck is her name? Kim was like my big papa, big papa, big papa, and they gave her so much shit for that. I mean, these girls, like, they talked about the fact that they're like, oh, who's baby, but they didn't really go in on her. Like, bitch, you guys want to talk about Kim and Big Papa, but like, what is this? Like, I get it, they want to keep like their private life private, but your show is revolved around your life. Like, that's all you have to talk about, your lives. They don't fucking come clean with their names. That shit's fucking annoying, because it's like, bitch, your job on this show is just to fucking talk about your life, but you want to keep your name private? It doesn't make any sense to me. So the next thing, they show Portia, which, Portia, yes, bitch. You guys already know that Portia's my favorite on the show because she's just hilarious. She's, I mean, fucking look at her, like, damn. I think her storyline this season is gonna be Portia's focusing on her jobs and not really focusing on friends, because, you know, she's gone through it with Candace, she's gone through it with Nene, she's gone through it with Phaedra, which there's no frack anymore. Like, bitch, the fuck? That's another story. Yeah, so she's really like trying to hone in on Real and, you know, keeping her circle small. So it's her, she's with her sister, and she's like, so have you talked to Phaedra and all this going on? And she's like, oh, well, she texted me on my birthday saying that she misses me, saying that I look good, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah, and her sister was not having it. She's like, you really let her into your life, and she just did you like that, like, what the fuck? And Portia kind of seems over it. She's kind of like, bitch, like, obviously she went through it, so she knows like what happened. She's kind of just over everyone talking about it, and she's like, I need my space, like, let's not talk about it, like, it is what it is, it happened, I need my space, I need my time to get over it and like process it. And then they're like, oh, and how's it with Candy? And then she's like, you know, like I said, I need my space, she needs her space. They're kind of just on high-bye basis, which that's how Portia explained it. But Candy, whenever she sees her, she shades her, like, just looks and like little snide comments, which, I mean, like, can you blame her? I don't know, that's for you to decide. But so Portia's like, okay, it's fine. She's like, whatever about it, like, she doesn't even care. So the next thing that happens is Nene and Sheree they're at Nene's boutique, and they're hanging out, they're talking, which, if you don't know, Sheree is really cool with Portia. She's really cool with anyone. She stays neutral. She's the bone collector. She'll catch your tea and she'll catch your shade. Let's say this. She'll collect the bones, and when it's time to release them, she'll throw them out and she'll plant the seeds, and she'll let these bitches fight over, because it's true, like, she shades people and stuff, but she stays out of the drama, so whatever. So Sheree and Nene are at their boutique, at Nene's boutique, and they're talking. They're like, you know, what's up with Portia? Like, have you talked to her? And Nene's like, no. Nene, whenever they talk about Portia, she always has a stank face. She's like, no. Which I live for her faces, but just because I love Portia so much, I'm like, bitch, tone it down. She's like, I feel bad for the girl. Like, she was controlled. She was manipulated. She was used as a pawn. And he's like, no, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. In her confessional or her interview thing, it almost seemed like she was defending Phaedra. She was like, Phaedra told Portia about the sex extension and all that, but Portia's the one who was talking about it, and Portia was the one spreading it. So it's like, what? Like, no, you can't. To me, that's stupid. Like, how can you defend one but hate the other? So Sheree's like, I feel bad for Portia, you know, I'm her friend. And he's like, no, she's a bad friend. So then Sheree was like, Nene only surrounds herself with people who are ready to kiss her ass and only agree with her, which is true. Like, if you notice, like, the friends that Nene has, they're like ready to kiss her ass, they're ready to like fucking do anything for her, which friends should do anything for you. But like, no, if you're doing something stupid or you're saying something dumb, I'm gonna call you out on it, because that's what a good friend does. But Nene's like, no, I only hang around people who kiss my ass, which is fucking annoying, which is another reason why I don't like Nene. The next thing they talk about is Kenya. Oh, Kenya's driving, and she's talking to her dad on the phone, and she's like, Dad, she's crying. She's like, I regret not inviting you. Like, it was so dumb of me. Which is like dumb, because okay, her reasoning for not inviting her dad was because she didn't want to cause drama. She wanted to keep it low key, and she didn't want any drama to come out of it or whatever, which is understandable. But it's like, your dad, because she doesn't get along with her mom. Like, her mom doesn't talk to her. So the only person she has, like, that's besides her aunt that's really close to her is her dad. So for her not to invite her dad, like, that's BS. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna find what the fuck your wedding is, and I'm gonna sneak attack and scam my way in, because like, that's fucked up. But she didn't invite him, and then she feels bad. So it's like a really bitch moment, because it's like, why wouldn't you invite your dad to your wedding? Like, I can't process it. Like, bitch, the fuck. But she feels bad, so I guess like we can feel sorry for her. So then Portia and Sheree are buying wigs because they're gonna go to Cynthia's party, her 50 Cent, which can, oh my god, every time Cynthia says 50 Cent, like, that's hilarious. Like, am I the only one who's like, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to come up with that, but 50 Cent, I was like, bitch, yes. They're like, so how are you with Nene? And then Portia's like, well, I thought we were cool, but apparently she wants me fired. And Sheree was like, fired? So on Watch What Happens Live, they had Nene and Andy Cohen, who's the host of their reunion and the host of the show, asked Nene, like, what do you think of Frick and Frack, like, on the whole Candy situation? Nene was like, you mean Frick and fraud? Like, Portia and Phaedra, they unclass the show or whatever the fuck. They make it not classy, which, bitch, you're one to talk. And then she's like, they unclass the show. They need to get out of here ASAP. Basically, I'm not sure, which is a whole thing that Nene's mad, or Portia's mad, is basically wanting them to get fired. So then Portia's like, yeah, she wants me fired. Like, bitch, like, where did this come from? Like, I thought we were cool. Like, even if they did stop talking, like, that's fucked up. Because you're messing with her coins. Like, if you're messing with my coins, bitch, you don't get in the way of my coins. Like, I would be pissed, rightfully so. So she's like, yeah, this bitch wants me fired, which is stupid. Like, she wasn't even on the show, like, during that time. So for her to be like, get her fired, this bitch, like, the only reason Nene came back is because she needed her coins. It's all about coins. Like, I get it, but no, that wasn't reasonable. So she's like, she wants me fired. Like, it's kind of like ridiculous. It's so dumb, which is true, because throughout the whole episode, I just got this vibe of, I hate Portia, and I get it. She's mad at Portia, but she doesn't really seem mad at Phaedra, which pisses me off. Not that it matters, but like, she's angry for what? Like, that's the only thing I could say. Like, you're angry for what? You weren't even on the show, and let's call Portia a liar. Let's say she's wrong. You weren't even on the show at that point. So why does it even matter? Like, bitch, get over yourself. Like, why are you mad? Mad for what? So this whole Let's Hate Portia gang thing, I think it's like leading to Nene and Candy becoming best friends, because they both fucking hate her, and I'm pretty sure they both want her ass fired. I mean, Nene made it clear. So they're like BFFs. They're like, we get along, which is dumb, because if you watch the show, you've seen in past seasons, Nene and Candy have never really liked each other. They've kind of just put up with each other. Like, when they're in the same room, they're kind of just like, oh, she's there. They never were like friends, and now they went from being hating each other to like becoming best friends. Like, what's the reason? Because they both hate Portia. To me, that's fucking stupid. That's not a real friendship. They're like, we're in such a good place now. Like, we're BFFs now. Like, no. X on that, bitch, bye. So they arrive at 50 Cent's party, and they're like, ooh, everyone shows up in their little 50 Cent looks, which I think they all looked great. Fun fact, Nina Bonita Brown was on there. I'll probably put a picture right here. And I guess like a lot of people noticed it, because then she finally like posted on Instagram and Twitter. She's like, you guys clocked me, you guys saw me having my little Cynthia moment. So she showed up to the show, I guess. I mean, she's from Atlanta, so she made it onto the show, her 5 seconds of fame. So Sheree, obviously the bone collector, she's like, you need to talk to, she's telling Portia, she's like, you need to talk to Nene, like, squash it, like, it's nothing serious, or at least she thinks, like, it's nothing serious. Like, you guys were friends at one point, just make up and talk about it. So as soon as she says that, Nene arrives, and she's like, what's your problem? Like, who? Like, Nene, I get it, I like her sometimes, but she's always on her high horse. Like, bitch, who do you think you are? Like, I get it, you're an OG, but she's always on her high horse. So she comes and she's like, so what's your problem? And Portia's like, well, you're like being a bitch for no reason. She's like, let's take it back 3 weeks ago, which doesn't sit right with Portia. She's like, doesn't sit right with Nene. She's like, no, I don't want to take it back three weeks ago. This is not, my friendship is not 3 weeks ago. I've been giving you advice for 2 years now. Since like 2 years ago, I've been saying, watch your back, do this, do that. So Portia's mad because she's like, you are talking shit about me on this show, but you won't say it to my face. And then Nene backpedals and she's like, no, I did not say fired. I did not say the word fired. Like, you know how Nene is. If you guys watch the show, she's so extra. And Portia's like, do you want me to pull up the clip? Like, let me show you the receipts. And she's like, pull them out. And all the girls are just like watching, like, what's gonna happen. And she doesn't end up pulling them out because she's like, you're not even worth it. But I mean, she wanted her fired. Like, bottom line, I don't care if you use the word fired. You said you wanted her off the show because I'm unclassing it. I'm declassing it, like, bitch. So Nene says that she didn't say she should get fired. She said something else. And this whole conglomerate, baloney, like, bullshit. And then, so yeah, that's the thing that bothered me. Like, it went from Nene saying, I never said I wanted you. I'm like white now. Let me turn the lights on. So I went from her saying, I never said I got you fired to, I never said that. Who said that? Who said that? Like, so stupid. Like, no, bitch just said it. Own up to it. She wants to say in her confessionals, like, I have an opinion and I shouldn't be faulted for it. But then when she's in front of Portia, she's like, I never said that. I never said that. And then in true Nene fashion, she walks away and she's like, I am not gonna sit here. I am not gonna sit here and listen to this because I don't need this. Like, she gets so like, ugh. To me, if you're gonna have your opinion like you say you're gonna have your opinion, stick to your fucking opinion. And be like, yes, bitch, I said that. And what? But no, of course, in true Nene fashion, I have an opinion, I shouldn't be faulted for it. And then walks away and she's like, I am not gonna have this. So she storms off, leaves the fucking party. Stupid. Which maybe she didn't storm off. Maybe she said bye to all the girls and it was all just fucking editing because, you know, editing producers gotta have shady fucking edit. But to us, that's all we saw, her leaving dramatically. I don't remember what happened after that, to be honest. So I think I'm just gonna end it here. The taglines. Oh, I was gonna talk about it in the next video because episode 2 already came out and I was gonna talk about their taglines then, but I'll just talk about them now. So the taglines were released last week on Wednesday. I don't know if I said that. And a lot of people were not having it, which, I don't know, like, their taglines were okay this season. Like, I don't know, they were just, that's all I can say, like, okay. It wasn't that, wow, like, none of them were witty. Like, I'll play the fucking taglines for you.
10 years in the game, and I'm still the tastiest peach in Atlanta. Friends come and go, but family is forever.
Which Candy posted, all the girls posted on their Instagram. They're like, what do you think of my tagline? Like, who's your favorite tagline? Like, which one's your favorite tagline? Whatever. And Candy was throwing a little shade. She's like, they used my tagline already, like, before. Like, what is this? Which I think is true, because then I went back to watch them. She was talking about Portia. It's like, friends are forever. She did say it in, like, season 7, I think. Which is dumb because the tea, I guess, for this is that the producers give them a list, or like they'd make them make a list of their taglines and they give them all and they say them all, like they recite all of them, and then the producers make the final cut. Because apparently Cynthia's, which the one we're gonna listen to right now, is not the one she liked. Hers was like, people call me 50 Cent, but I feel like $1,000,000, which is way better than the one that we're gonna listen to right now. Like, no, producers, fuck up.
Age is just a number, but these cheekbones are timeless. Don't mess with the boss, because you might get fired.
Don't mess with the boss, because you might get fired. Clearly that's shade at Phaedra. Which, it's whatever. It's an okay tagline. So out of all the taglines, I think this is my favorite tagline. The one that I'm about to play. Because even though I don't like her, like, bitch, yes. Like, it was witty as fuck.
While some were saying I can't, I was saying I do.
Yes, bitch. She finally fucking got married. Her dream come true. She finally found a man. And the last one.
Call me a bad server because I always spill the tea.
Which I thought it's like corny, but it's like funny at the same time. So it was okay. So if I was on the show, this would be my tagline. People might say that I'm full of myself, and it's true. So I think that's it for this video. This video is honestly, I feel like it was like an hour long, so I'm gonna try to cut it down. I know you guys like to see this face, but an hour of it. But before you click out of this fucking video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share it to all your friends, your family, your neighbors, your Uber driver, your Lyft driver. I don't even know what I'm doing. And watch out for my next video. I need to go. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. The sun keeps fucking coming. The dogs are... My life's a mess.